It's a journey of separation and a reunion at a higher level of complexity. The challenge today is how to recreate the gift economies of yore in the context of a mass society. You know, in an ancient gift society, I knew everybody in my community, but today, even if we return, and I think we will return to non-monetized forms of exchange in many areas of life that are monetized today. But, you know, so in the future, I may know the person who grows my food much more than I do today. Well, actually, my brother grows a lot of my food, so I know him. But you know, generally speaking, you know, we may know the people who make our food or even our clothing. We might help each other build shelter. You know, I mean, a lot of things today that are anonymous and mass-produced will become more personal. But still, I can't envision a future where I know the person who designed the circuit board in my mouse controller in my computer. You know, we're going to have, in a society with technology and a division of labor, we're going to have indirectly exchanges with people we don't know. So something new has to be born. And this is kind of my justification for money, because sometimes people say, well, what, you know, really, like, any money is a quantification of human relationships, so it's bad. And the metaphor I use is in this web of giving and receiving, there's another element called asking. Even in a body, you know, if a cell needs some, I don't know, some substance, it will put out a call to the body. It'll secrete some chemical signal that says, I need some of this. And then that will be supplied. So in an economy, the body politic or the body economic, if some gift is needed somewhere, it will put out a chemical, put out the analog of a chemical, and that's called money. So money is demand. It is need, materialized, taken form. And it's interesting that the originator, or one of the main theoreticians of the decaying currency model, was Silvio Gesell. Maybe some of your interviewees have spoken of him, but one of the lines in his writing that I like the best is, money is demand materialized. No longer the instrument demand is no longer the instrument of possessors of money, but money is demand materialized. So I think that fits in really well with the body metaphor, and that's how nature works. You know, separate organisms coalesce into larger symbiotic forms that become themselves organisms. So one way you can look at the human species is that we separated, and then all of these individuals are now have been forming organs, you know, and forming systems, and are forming an ecological being. And so there's many people who are thinking in terms of human economy as not something distinct from ecology, but as an extension of ecology.
Yeah.
There's a car.
This piece here in that car.
All right, I'll say it over again when it's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. So there's this metaphor of the human economy as an organism or a body or an ecology, and there's a lot of very interesting thinkers, people like Paul Hawkins, who say the economy, at least a healthy economy, shouldn't be thought of as a separate entity, you know, from the natural ecology, but as an extension of the ecology. And so what do we have to do to make an economy operate according to ecological principles? And really the main principle is waste is food. There's no externalities. You know, you don't start with raw materials and end up with toxic waste. But everything that's produced, you know, like the manure of a cow is food for the worms. And the manure of the worms is food for the soil organisms, and that's food for the grass, you know, and that's food for the cows. So it's a closed loop, a circle of the gift. And that's another reason why I like the decaying currencies, because they obey nature's law of return. They decay and then can be reborn in a different form.